Hi Stampers, this is Karen Phillip. I'm pleased to show you how to make this card, and this is called Pinwheel Technique. It's not a new technique by any means, but it's always a pretty card. Here is the sample, and this is retired designer paper, but it still works well. So let's get started. Let's see, this is the Unbounded Beauty designer paper. So, I also made this card. It's a case from someone, and I just thought it was really cool. And there's special meaning for this one for our club members, so that's why I made it. Okay. Oh, I need a kit. I got it. Alright. Okay. So, in your packet, you will receive your little one for your sample, and then your regular kit. All of the dimensions will be on the website. So basically, to do the technique, you will need two pieces, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and we're going to glue them together like so. If you would like to make sure that it's straight, you can use your grid paper and just put it on the lines, and you can do it that way, but I wing it. That's just me. Okay, so we're putting this on here. I kind of want to make it a little pretty straight. Eye it right. Okay, like so. So you have this shape. Next, we will put on our colors. You need 8 pieces. Again, I'll put the dimensions. I think these are 1 1/4. Yeah, 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. And this is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, just in case you don't want to look. And typically, you'll use just 8 pieces and the front and back of each one, but there wasn't enough contrast for the pink. I didn't like that. It didn't do anything for me. And then the front and back of the Summer Splash, it didn't do anything for me either. So I like the pink and this pretty in pink and Summer Splash. Okay. So our first piece we're going to put up here. This is the most important piece. I'm going to use the Summer Splash, and what you want to do is only put adhesive. I'm not going to glue this one down yet. You want to flip it over, and I'm going to flip it this way, and on the left side you're just going to put it with the angle, just a little bit of adhesive on from point to point on the left side. Now when you flip it over, it's on the right side, and you kind of line it up in here. Doesn't have a big border, and adhere it. So now if I lift this up, you can see that this whole side is open, and you need that because you have to tuck under the last piece. Now I can use my glue, and I'm just going to put this like this, and now you just go over the top. An important part is to make sure that your points meet in the center here. So each one should meet. Now our next piece, you alternate the colors, and this piece goes on this point like so, and it's actually straight even with this one. So we're just going to make sure this is when glue is kind of nice, because you have a little bit of wiggle room. Pink. These go really quickly. They're fun too because you can do any colors. Point, you want to make sure the point matches. And then the Summer Splash, point matches. Might overlap a little bit just because it's not perfect for my cutting, probably. And then the next one, again, point matches, and then there's just a small border, just a small border on it around the pink. Okay. Now this piece, the second to last piece, is going to be even with the first piece. And for some reason, I think I cut them just a smidge off. So what I'm going to do is just trim off an 1/16 of an inch on one side so that I don't want this to overlap this first piece because you need to lift it up. So this is going to be even with that one. It's still great on both sides, so now I can glue it. It's like the tricky part. I always have to have a tricky part. Okay, so now we're going to make sure it's even. And now I still have a good edge on this side. It's not overlapping this at all. You could tuck it underneath if it fits. Now our last piece, again, most I don't want to say difficult, but okay. So now this piece tucks underneath your first piece, line it up, your corners line up, goes over the top. If you have to lift it up a little bit, you can. That's why we didn't glue it. And then this just goes inside there, like so. Now we can glue this piece that is flopping around there. Now we can glue that down. And that's it. Now we have our pinwheel. These two pieces are, well, the last three, but these two are the most important and tricky. But once you get it, it's not bad. Okay, so now I'm using the Layering Leaves stamp set. It's just so pretty, and somebody else showed this. It's really cool. This particular stamp, the way that it is, it fits like right underneath your, kind of fits like right underneath your bottom point. And so I didn't glue it on in case I mess up. I'm using Lost Lagoon instead of the Summer Splash because it's a little bit darker and it shows up better. So now I'm lining this up so I can kind of center it. And then I'm just, again, lining up this little, oops, this right there. And it just centers it, giving it a good press, and then we have that. Now I can glue this on. Close the glue before I put my hand in it. I'm going to glue this on. And I want the Summer Splash on the top. That's crooked. We want to make sure it's even and give it a press. And then we'll just glue these all together. And one last thing, in case this isn't perfect for you, or even if it is, I have these gems, what are these called? The 24, 26 in color shimmer gems. And I'm just taking one and putting it in the center, and just gives it a little bit of finish. And there you have it. So thanks for watching, and go make one. Have a great day.